Back in studio, Mr. Matty Johnson. Good to have you back, buddy.
Hello. We're going to go through some pain that I experienced recently.
This is a special one, man. We were so proud of you. So, as you probably know by the title and thumbnail, Matty will make the breakaway. We've already spoiled that. But at this point in the race, 193 kilometers to go, you are not quite in the breakaway just yet. But you guys are smashing up this climb, and that is because within the first 2 minutes of this race, small little satellite group, we'll call it, not the breakaway, but a small little mini breakaway was up the road earlier on with none of the favorites. And what's your plan on Cycle Sports Specialized?
So I'm here with Quinn, who has a pretty good chance to do well at this road race. I personally know already I don't have the legs to possibly make it to the end with a competitive place. So I was just going to go out here, race my bike, see if I can get up the road for him, and have some fun out there.
And as we fast forward a little bit, we're up and over the climb, and now we're into this tailwind, and things are starting to settle down. Not on my watch, says Matty.
No, I want to get to the front because I want to potentially do something not the smartest. So I see some people trying to get up the road. I would like to get up the road. That sounds like it could be fun.
And this is like you're jumping on the train, like you're looking for an opportunity to get up there to, like we said, there's already a small group of, I think, was it four riders? 4 riders up the road. There's a pretty good looking opportunity right there.
Yeah, so I look around, see if anyone's following around. I'm like, I'm just going to jump to get over there, hit a few watts, and try to get in the draft. So
let's talk about breakaways in these big races. It's a little bit different than the way it works in a crit, and it's a little bit different than the way it works in like a local road race. Because of the teams, the level of racing here, what will happen is the breakaway will be allowed to get away by the big teams once they're happy with the composition. And then the chase will occur. If they're not happy with how the chase is happening, they'll try to bridge across, whatever. We're doing a little foreshadowing here. Yep. But you saw that the peloton started to spread out on the front. And you'll see this in the highest level racing in the world, like Tour de France stages. You'll see the breakaway gets established, the peloton's happy, the gap goes out. You want to be in front, in the breakaway in this case.
Yeah. So there's a really hard climb on course, which we don't do the first 2 laps. And I knew I was going to have a real hard time doing that if I didn't get up the road early. So now I'm sitting in the draft doing 500 watts and 192 BPM trying to get in the break.
Hoping that the peloton is like, okay, we'll let this one go, because that's the decision they make at a certain point. Like, okay, it doesn't have any of the favorites, so it's not going to be chaos. Things will settle into a pattern where breakaway's trying to get away from the peloton. Peloton's like, okay, let's organize ourselves, let's let that happen, and then let's bring some control to the race and see if we can bring the breakaway back throughout the race. And so we fast forward a few kilometers. Heart rate's pretty elevated here, Matty. But the good news is you've picked up a couple riders from behind, you've picked up a couple riders in between, and now you've collected that leading group of 4, making what ends up being the main breakaway of the day. Tell us about the composition of this group. How many are in it? Who's in it? What's the dynamic?
There's about 9 people in it. Everyone's at this point still working. There's like 1 or 2 people on the same team. I am trying to recover a little bit because I'm the weakest one in the breakaway, and I'm just trying to hold on and just make it as far as I can.
So tell us about the power requirements to be in this group, because the GoPro footage doesn't do it justice, like how fast you guys are going, how much power you had to make just to be at this point in the race, still 180 kilometers to go.
Yeah, so we're going like 27, 28 this whole time.
With hills and technical descents, like it's not a normal 27, 28. Power-wise, what were you making?
I was doing 350 on pulling. When I did pull, it didn't happen often. And on the climbs, it felt like 380-ish, which is high for me. It's like 6 watts per kilo with a few more when I'm on the hills. And it's just not sustainable for me because I'm not getting much recovery on the flats since I'm still sitting at tempo, like 280, 300-ish.
And Matty's a small guy. He's a little climber guy. So these are impressive numbers in terms of watt per kilogram. You don't happen to know, we'll put it on the screen, but you don't happen to know like 60-minute normalized average, 90-minute?
I did like 290 for an hour and then like 280-ish for an hour 30.
Average.
Average in the break.
Oof. That'd be hard for me, and I think I weigh 20 more pounds than you do, Maddie. So, yeah, big numbers. And let's not forget, 180 kilometers still left in this race, and none of the favorites are quite here yet. There are a lot of strong dudes in this group, obviously, but we don't have World Tour riders in this group yet. Do you feel stuck in a job that doesn't light you up? Ever wonder if you could make a living in the fitness industry? Well, today's video sponsor, ISSA, the International Sports Sciences Association, can help you do exactly that. They help people turn their passion for fitness into a legit career by offering certifications in personal training, in nutrition, and in wellness. They've got over 10,000 gym partners, over 73,000 open jobs, and here's the best part. If you don't get hired after your certification, you get your money back. What's there to lose? Nobody else is offering this in the industry. It's 100% online, it's self-paced, and you can even take the final exam from home. You don't even need a college degree. So if fitness is your thing, and you've been looking for a sign, this is it. Hit the link in the description or go to joinissa.com/NorCal and use my code to get $100 off your CPT, that's Certified Personal Trainer certification. That's joinissa.com/NorCal. I've also put a link in the description if that's easier. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Now back to the race. All right, Matt, you guys have been playing nice together, but now you are approaching what is the first time up the harder of the two climbs. This circuit's a bit weird. You guys did a couple of laps over the other climb, and now this is your first time up the steeper of the two climbs, right?
Yes.
And the reason we're showing this, it's significant, A, because it's the first time you guys are going up this, but you are still playing nice. That being said, you're over 400 watts, but you guys are still playing nice. You're not attacking each other. Everyone wants this group to work. However, if we look back at the main peloton, World Tour riders are getting a little antsy, and they're a little bit worried about the firepower that's up in this breakaway group now. They don't want to risk it being out there any longer, and they start attacking. Most notably, who are the World Tour riders?
There's the Ineos guys. AJ August is here, and they have Artem with them as well. And then Trek, obviously Quinn Simmons is here, and he's quite good at winning bike races. So they, at some point, I don't know how it happens, they just get up the road with just them.
They go nuclear on this climb. I think there's a couple of little pieces of footage we can show. But they went so hard the first time up this main climb that nobody was able to follow them. They're clearly like the most marked riders in this entire race.
Yeah.
But they're able, because they're just World Tour riders, they're this classy that they're able to be like, okay, I guess I'll decide now to jump across a gap, which is at this point significant. It's a couple minutes at least.
Yeah, it's like, I think it was like minute 30, 2 minutes, and then it was just them, and then one Project Echelon guy managed to go with them originally over this hill, and then I don't know what happened in between, but he wasn't there when they caught us.
And so what, the third time over the secondary climb, you guys get caught?
Yeah, so we didn't really get a time gap, or I wasn't paying attention enough. And at the top of the climb, you just have an Ineos and a Trek guy spawn behind you, and it's not a great feeling.
And look, you guys are going 45 miles an hour down this descent, and who is this on Ineos?
This is AJ August. He kind of just drops me in that corner. I'm like, well, that sucked.
So all of a sudden, bam, World Tour, which maybe I'm speaking for myself here, but it's kind of cool, but also like you probably must have been like, oh crap, like it's gonna get really hard really fast.
Yeah, they're about to start pulling really hard.
That's
just
Quinn,
because,
right?
Yeah, just because they don't want the group to come back behind, which has all the EF guys in it.
So you guys just are now on the gas. Like, how is the dynamic in this group now that you have? Oh, actually, tell us first of all the numbers. You gained 2, but you lost 2, right?
Yeah. So 2 guys either got dropped or self-dropped themselves on the hard climb, the first time up it, and then so we still have 9 people. Some guys are happy to work just because they're there and they find it worth it. I'm still hanging on. I'm like, I want to do as little work as possible. And there's a few other guys with that same kind of feeling. The Echelon team is not happy with it because they have one guy up there, but obviously they wouldn't take their chances with one guy when there's 2 World Tour people showing up. And then everyone's kind of just like not pulling us hard because they know it's just a matter of time now before the World Tour guys just slowly drop everyone.
This is a problem for a breakaway for a lot of reasons. You know, I've talked a lot about the perfect number in a breakaway. 9 is not it. Like, very rarely does a breakaway of 9 work together cohesively, because there's always going to be somebody who's, like you just said, hey, I'm not happy with racing with like you in this situation, which you did the right thing, which is like, I don't want to work with World Tour riders. I shouldn't be doing any pulls. And then all of a sudden somebody says, oh, Maddie's not doing work, I'm going to stop doing work. And you can see how this suddenly falls apart. And then you have guys who are like, oh, this is my entire race. You have guys like Quinn. It's like, okay, I've made the commitment and energy to get across to this group. Now I want to capitalize on and make sure I cash in on that investment. So you have people with differing motivations, and that is the death knell for a breakaway group. And what ends up happening, if we fast forward even further on in this race, is the aforementioned Quinn Simmons from Trek Segafredo, which is was that their new sponsor?
Liddell Trek.
Oh shoot, I'm a year behind.
Store on them.
He's like, you know what? I think it's time for me to win this race. And he goes solo from 50 Ks out?
He did a few, like 3 or 4 laps by himself. At this point, I'm already dropped. I'm already on the side of the road watching.
Maddie's cooked. But dude, first of all, before we just continue on to the end of this race, huge shout out to Maddie's strength for being, guys, he's a U23 rider. He made the breakaway at Elite National Road Race Championships. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, you're only going to get stronger. But anyway, tell us about Quinn. He attacked a few times, eventually broke free.
Yeah, so he's solo and he put like 8 minutes into the chasing group behind, and everyone who was in that breakaway got cooked. Even the Ineos guy, he didn't even finish in the second group, and the group behind at some point started attacking each other because they knew they weren't going to catch him, and it just ended up with. And they didn't catch him.
They
didn't get anywhere close, and there was like 6 or 7 groups on the road at the end.
And all but. There were like 25 finishers of this race. All but 25 people got pulled. Was it 25? It was a small number.
It was very small. They were aggressive with pulling, which I was okay with after I punched my ticket already. And yeah, so they were not happy with letting a large group finish. So very small number.
So congrats to Quinn. I know he's watching this for sure. I kid. No, but seriously, Maddie, congrats to you, man. Way to represent NorCal or Central Coast, wherever we are now.
Yeah.
California, NCNCA. And great having you on as always, man.
Yeah, no problem.